as an economist in particular, make the case for this program, Orfe?
Look, Zillow Home Loans has been operating since about 2018, and this new product is a 2% grant to prospective buyers in Arizona. Essentially, a borrower can put up to 3% down, and Zillow Home Loans will give them an additional 2%. It's really for, it's for people that are, small number of buyers who might be well qualified with high enough credit scores and who may already be paying the monthly payment and rent, but lack access to a down payment.
So doesn't FHA already offer 3% down payments, I believe? So could people qualify for that program? But do you think there's still a big difference between people who can afford a 3% down payment and the 1% that you guys are now offering through your subsidies?
Look, with rents increasing so much during the pandemic, look, the typical rent has gone up 30% during the pandemic. And so rent increasing so much, basically, not only it takes longer to save up for a down payment, but, you have well-qualified, credit-worthy renters out there who may already be paying more on a monthly mortgage, on rent, than the monthly payment would be on that mortgage, without benefiting from the upside, right? The home ownership, the upside of home ownership. Zillow really wants to help with that.
So correct me if I'm mistaken, one of the reasons why we have things like the 20% traditional down payment is to make sure that homeowners have enough skin in the game that they don't just walk away from the house, right, and kind of put it back on the bank or on the lender. So it's really meant to protect you. Are you concerned that if people have a 1% down payment and then find that they can't make that mortgage payment, for instance, they're just going to walk away and it's going to become your problem, or I guess whoever owns the loan at that point?
Look, 40% of first-time home buyers use gifts to purchase their home. And historically, many first-time home buyers have had recourse to family funds. Those with parents who own their homes or were able to extract home equity from their home are more likely to own. This is part of why the racial gap in home ownership is so wide. Zillow wants to be part of the solution. Essentially, you still have a strong labor market. The unemployment rate is 3.5% right now. Home values are still rising. Mortgage delinquency rates are near an all-time low. And the credit scores of new home buyers are at the highest level they've ever been. So, to emphasize, the risk to the financial system, I think is somewhat of a fool's errand. I think that, the economy is strong. Mortgage rates are increasing because the consumer finances are still so strong. And I think this is a program that actually would help a small number of buyers. It's not for everyone. It's for those who are already able to afford the monthly payment, but just don't have enough saved up for a down payment.
Yeah, I have to imagine you remember well the 2007 crisis. Back then there was a similar move to make sure that, housing was affordable enough and accessible enough for everybody, and then it backfired. How do we make sure this doesn't backfire this time around?
Yeah, look, it's a tough affordability situation, but you look at the demand in the housing market, demand still exceeds supply. And homeowners are sitting comfortably here. In the past decade, the typical homeowner acquired 40 times more in net worth than the typical renter. And you have a lot of renters that are out there who are already paying more in their rent than the monthly payment would be. So let me give you a concrete example. Take the typical rent in Phoenix, for example. It's almost $2,000. A borrower putting 3% down, getting a 2% grant from Zillow Home Loans today at today's interest rates would be paying roughly $1,900, saving about $100 a month with the opportunity to build housing wealth, right? So this is really a small step in the right direction. It's one of the solutions, for a small number of people in Arizona today that may already be, that are well qualified, credit worthy, and may already be paying a lot more than they would pay under this program.
Why Arizona to test this program, and by what criteria will it then be rolled out to more parts of the country?
Look, there's a lot of very smart people at Zillow Home Loans that are working on this. But as an economist, I can tell you that for those paying higher rents that have not been able to save up enough for a down payment, this is an opportunity to get on the homeownership ladder and build home equity. It's really, really tough out there for renters. And unfortunately, many are already paying the price, but just not benefiting from the upside of home ownership.
Orfe, it is the talk of the town, and we're so glad you could join us today to explain and defend it. Thank you so much for your time.